Welcome to Celestial Dew, a space where we explore our inner world, where storytelling and spiritual tools deepen our connection to ourselves and the universe. My name is Rocio Celeste, and this is my soulmate and constant companion, Nuga Cosmico. We are here to open a space for insight and transformation. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin this journey inward. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the tarot. A lot of us have heard about the tarot. It has been used in many cultures for centuries. I come from a Catholic upbringing, and I always thought that the tarot was diabolic. I learned that anything that's not in the Bible must be diabolic. So it's something to avoid. And I struggled with this idea my whole life until a couple of years ago when it was suggested to me that I connect with the tarot, and it was a big no for me. For me, it was a forbidden topic. 5 years ago, when I started my healing journey, I was in a ceremony, and I pulled a card from an oracle, and the card that I got was build an altar to connect with the divine. And I immediately put it back. I didn't even read the message in the booklet. That's how terrified I was. I thought, oh my God, I am being asked to do something devilish, to connect with Satan. I was so programmed in my head thinking that oracles and tarot cards are part of the devil, when in reality I know now that it's nothing but another tool that has been given to humanity for humanity to connect with ourselves for inner guidance. And this is something I would like to share with all of you today. Use the tarot as a counselor for yourself to connect with your subconscious, because in reality that's what it is for. I know a lot of people use it for fortune telling, but it has more uses than just predicting the future or knowing whether something's gonna happen or someone's gonna come back. I've heard all kinds of things. My recommendation is to use it as a tool to connect with your subconscious, which is what I have been doing for the past year. I really started using and working with the tarot a little bit over a year ago, when I kept getting all these messages and all these synchronicities from the universe saying, time for you to connect with the tarot, time for you to learn it. You've always done it. It's already in you. You just need to remember it. You need to reconnect with this. And I was very avoidant and I was very skeptic until I had no choice. And then boom, the right teacher came to me, and that changed the course of my life. Why do I say that? Why do I say, sounds pretty strong, right? To say that changed the course of my life. Well, I am somebody who struggled with nightmares my entire life. Ever since I was very little, I've suffered from nightmares. I've always had nightmares up until very recently. I have had nightmares. And the one thing that tarot did for me was to change the way I looked at those nightmares, the interpretation I gave them. Now I can have the same type of dream and not label it as a nightmare anymore, because I have cleared so much in my subconscious, all the fears, all the darkness, all the demons that were in my subconscious that frightened me, that prevented me from sleeping, have a different meaning now in my mind, in my subconscious. And this is something that the tarot did for me. Ever since then, I use it when I need clarity in my life or in a particular situation. Because in reality, it's nothing but a reflection of what's inside. If we think about it, we are exploring ourselves. We are like a castle, and the castle has many doors and many rooms. It's all those archetypes that we have, that we are. We're not only destined to be one thing or one person. We can be several things at once. We can be the magician, we can be the priestess, we can be the fool. And this is something so beautiful because every card has a meaning, and the meaning changes according to the reading and according to how you interpret it. It's not about learning the meaning of every card. It's about connecting to the emotion and knowing what it represents for you. Because one card can have a different meaning for me as it can have for you, based on the information that's in your subconscious. I have a tarot deck here that I'm going to open a little bit to show you. First of all, well, it's wrapped in one of my things here. I can show you. It's recommended that you take care of your tarot. If you've never used one, or you don't know exactly what it's for, a lot of people use it for guidance, which is what I use it for, but mainly for me is to connect more with my intuition and my subconscious. A tarot deck consists of 72 cards, and it's divided between the Major Arcana and Minor Arcana. In reality, tarot is like a book, and the book is our life. It's a book of our life. Working with the tarot is like initiating a journey. So you start working with it, and you're like the Fool. The first card is the Fool. It's the first and the last card of the deck is the 0. It ends with it and it begins with it. So there's no really ending. It's very symbolic, and it's full of magic when you use it with spirituality. Like I said, the tarot is like a castle. We are the castle with a lot of doors. Tarot is a castle, and each card has a door. Say I open it. Oh, this door, what does it say? What does it mean? What does it want to tell me? Well, I am going to connect with it, and I'm going to interpret it based on what it means for me. And how do I interpret that? Well, I connect with myself and my emotions. And how do I connect? With the breathing. It's very important that we breathe, because by breathing, the tarot is gonna warm up. Tarot has heat, but it needs our breath to wake up, to awaken the heat in the tarot. It needs our body. Our body and our breathing is the one that's gonna help awaken the heat in the tarot as we are shuffling. Therefore, it is very important that we are breathing deeply. As we connect with the tarot, as we have our question in our heads, and as we visualize our situation, our question, so that we can connect to the energy behind it. It's a living thing. If you have never used one ever, when you first get one, it's very important to clean it. How do you clean it? With salt. It's very important to get rid of all the energies of creation, transportation, selling, all that. It passed through a lot of hands before it got to you. So what do? We bury it in salt for 3 days. 3 days, 3 nights. Put it in salt. Leave it there. Don't touch it. It's very important. Sage doesn't suffice. Not in this particular case, not for the first time. Bury it in salt, leave it there, then take it out. Once you take it out, you activate it. How do you activate it? Well, you do a meditation. You do a meditation with the magician. You pull out the magician card and you do a meditation with it one day. The next day, you do a meditation with the priestess. Your soul will guide you. Remember, all the answers dwell in you. You already have all the answers. It's about awakening the magician in you. You don't need to rely on anything or anyone outside of you. This is a tool that we can use, we as human beings can use to connect to our spiritual being. Sometimes we are very disconnected from that part of ourselves, from our souls. So don't put all your power in the cards. Don't put all your power in something external, in the tarot, or any of these tools. Remember, they are tools to help you connect, and they are fun. This is why I use them. They are fun. For me, the tarot has been so effective in getting rid of my nightmares. Not really getting rid of, but changing the interpretation. Tarot was so powerful for me. I remember I used to be terrified of the devil card. Guess what was the card that I will always get? Well, the devil. Until I changed the interpretation and I got to see what was in my subconscious that made me so afraid. And then it wasn't even the scariest card anymore. Then it was the Tower. Then when I started getting the Tower, oh my God, how scary. Destruction, death. What does that mean? This is so frightening. And I got to work with it. I went through a whole process with the Tower card where I got to connect to my subconscious and see, okay, what's in me that it's causing me to fear so much this image. Remember, the tarot is full of symbols. It's full of magic, symbolism in the universe. The language of the universe is symbols. We don't need to speak any specific language because our subconscious, our mind, the universe speaks images, speaks symbols. And you can learn to interpret them when you connect to yourself, connect with your breathing. So once you have cleansed it, once you have activated it, you get to awaken the tarot. What's a good way to awaken it? Well, by practicing, doing readings and practicing. And the other thing that's very important when using a tarot is to keep it in an altar. And when you're going to do a reading, whether for yourself or for others, I recommend doing it for yourself to connect to your subconscious. Each of us can do it for ourselves. There's no need to go to anybody else, in my humble opinion. I think we all have the capacity to connect to our subconscious, and this is a wonderful tool to do it. Keep it in an altar with the 4 elements. The tarot is like a bridge that connects 2 phases, darkness and light. Yes and no. Positive and negative. It's that duality, right? We live in this dimension where there is duality, night and day, cold and hot. And the tarot is like that bridge between earth and heaven, connects us to our subconscious. Okay, what's in me? Why am I attracting this situation in my life? Why am I attracting this experience in my life? I think Nuga Cosmico's a bit tired. We just got back from a really long walk. Cosmico, say hello. Say hello. Are you awake? Are you awake? Speaking of awakening, if we're talking of awakening our tarot, obviously he doesn't have to worry about any of that. He is fearless. But sometimes when he sleeps, he has nightmares. He shakes and he cries in his sleep as if And I wonder what he may be thinking or feeling, or why is he having nightmares? It's very interesting. For me, the tarot has been the most powerful tool to help me get rid of those nightmares, because all I had to do was change the interpretation and bring to the surface the things that were in my subconscious that kept affecting me for over 30 years. I remember one of my very first memories was when I was like 3.5 years old or 4 years old, and I had my first nightmare, and I was dreaming of these monsters with swords and guns and weapons that were coming to kill me. And I was alone at home, and they were coming from the back entrance all together with that, looking like pirates and monsters, and I was so terrified. That was my first nightmare. At least it was the first nightmare that I can remember. And now I even had like a dream last night that in the past I would have considered a horrible nightmare. And this morning when I woke up, like with a headache and a little worried, I'm like, okay, interesting. And I wrote it down. I no longer give it the label of, oh my God, that's a horrible nightmare, because I changed the interpretation. I know that in my subconscious, there was something that wanted to be seen, that needed light, that needed to be looked, and I needed to pay attention to that situation, that part of my life. Then I get to thank it and liberate it with gratitude. So, coming back to what I was saying, there are 4 things that we need to do. When we first get a tarot deck, we clean it energetically by burying it in salt for 3 days and 3 nights. And when we take it out, we activate it. We do a meditation with the magician, a meditation with the priestess. What's the next thing I said? To awaken it. How do we awaken it? Well, by practicing. We connect with it. We synchronize our energy with our tarot. Connect with it. And we put it in an altar. We keep it in an altar with the 4 elements: water, earth, fire, and air. Did I say all of them? Water, earth, fire, and air. Yes. Remembering always that it's a tool. It's not to predict the future. It's not for fortune telling or to know if something's going to happen to someone. No, we are using it as a tool to connect to ourselves, to connect to our heart. The tarot is a way to access our heart. Works like a map, the map of our lives, that helps us navigate our journey. We can use it for personal growth, to have clarity, to have confirmation, to connect to our intuition. Mainly, that's one of the main things I use it for. To deepen my intuition, to really believe that when my intuition speaks to me, I can listen to it. I don't ignore it. I had a tendency to ignore what my intuition was telling me. I was so disconnected from it. And I think a lot of women, we get to be so disconnected from our intuition because we grow up in a society where sometimes we get called names. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're exaggerating. Oh, you're hallucinating. Oh, you're making it up. I had that belief that if I thought something and I knew something, I was told I was making it up. And so I was very disconnected from my intuition. And now the tarot has brought me back to that part of myself where actually, no, I'm not crazy. I'm not hallucinating. I'm not imagining things. It's my intuition speaking to me, and I get to listen to it. It's confirmation. The tarot confirms that what I already know and what I already feel, it's true for myself. It's a wonderful tool, and it's fun, and it's full of colors and full of magic, full of symbols. It's that bridge, right? The bridge. Yes and no. Negative and positive. It's a book. It's a book, the book of our lives. It's all the archetypes, the symbolic figures that we get to analyze and study, because we are that. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we are the priestess. We are the fool. We are the magician. The tarot deck allows us, enables us to awaken and connect to our inner magician. We are also full of magic, so powerful. And unfortunately, a lot of us grow up getting disconnected from that. When we are very little, we all want to be superheroes. We want to be astronauts. We want to be so many different things. Power Rangers. Then 30 years go by, and what happened? Where did all my magic go? Why don't I believe in myself? Why can't I trust my gut? Your body knows. Our bodies also are subconscious. The tarot is divided into arcana, Major Arcana and Minor Arcana. The Major Arcana represents the big things in life, the big situations, the big challenges. Say, moving or a wedding or the birth of someone. Whereas the Minor Arcana represent the daily life situations, but they are equally important. It's not because they're the cards in the Minor Arcana that we don't give them much thought or much importance, or sometimes we don't even deal. I know some people only do readings with Major Arcana, but what happens to the daily life, to our daily experiences, to our interactions with our neighbors, with our co-workers, with our family? They are as important, if not more important, than the Major Arcana. So we don't get to overlook them or ignore them. It's important. Earlier I spoke about the 4 elements to having an altar. Well, the tarot also contains those 4 elements. The cups, it's water. It's our emotions, our feelings. The ability to cry, the ability to feel, the ability to connect to our senses, to our feelings, to our emotions. I know I always had a really hard time crying. For me, crying was like a negative thing. Weird, huh? Why is it weird to cry? Well, in my programming, in the upbringing that I had, if I was little and I cried, it made me a bad kid. And so I chose not to cry because I didn't want to be a bad kid. I wanted to be a good daughter. It's one of the things I struggled with when I started my healing journey, like allowing myself to cry. And I will judge someone if they cried. Why are they crying? Well, because it was in my shadow. I had it in my shadow that crying was bad, and because the other person was able to cry, I will judge it. until I healed that part of me. And now I cry for everything. We have the swords. See if I can find, well, I was speaking of the cups. I'll show you an image just because I think they're very pretty. But also there's the sword, if I find one. What do you think? There are different types of tarot. The tarot is a wonderful tool for introspection. When I first started learning the tarot, my teacher recommended this one, the Rider-Waite Tarot. And it has become one of my favorites. I have charged it in different parts of the world, and it's the one I first activated, the one I first connected with. There are so many. I have this one. I have others that are here in my altar. I have a Persian tarot. It doesn't matter which one you choose as long as you connect with it. And remember, clean it, activate it, awaken it, keep it in an altar with elements. The elements are also alive, and they are guardians. If I were to take this one again and check, the tarot deck consists of 78 cards, so as we said in the beginning, 78 cards that are divided into 2 arcana, the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana. The Major Arcana talks about big secrets, the big stuff, whereas the Minor Arcana talk about the smaller secrets, the smaller things that are part of daily life, but that are also equally important. So the Minor Arcana is composed of 56 cards, whereas the major one is composed of 22 cards. Those 22 are composed of the Empress, the Priestess, the Magician, the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, all the big things in life, the big situations, the big secrets. Remember, they are all archetypes of ourselves. The Minor Arcana, as I said, there are 56 cards, and those 56, there are 4 suits. So each one consists of 14 cards, and they are divided by, so to say, they represent the wands, they represent the fire element. The cups are more with the water element. The swords are associated with the air element, and the pentacles are associated with the earth element. 14 cards for each suit. They all add up to 56. And remember, they are all our interpretation. You can learn the tarot. You can take a class. I always recommend taking a class, but with the intention to use it for your own personal use, for a connection to yourself, to connect to yourself, as a tool to connect to your subconscious, to your intuition. It's a wonderful tool. It has been one of my favorites. Remember, it's not really a tool that's predictive. It's more for guidance. I always want to stress that. If we were to look at and when I say guidance, for example, I mean we can ask different questions. We can use it on a daily basis. Say, how can I improve my self-care? What actions am I taking on a regular basis that are harmful to myself? Which actions or which habits can I change? The thing with the tarot are not so much, it's not so much the things or the answers it gives us. It's more the questions it asks us. You'll be surprised. The tarot can ask you questions. And that's how you become a master of yourself. You become your own master. Say, what things or what actions can I take this month to be more prosperous? Or things that will benefit me? There are all sorts of questions that you can ask for yourself for your growth, for self-care, for benefit, to attract prosperity, to attract wealth, to be healthier, to have better connections. In daily life, for example, when we think about I have some the swords. I'm gonna pull out a card here to give an example. This is an example of the swords card. This one, it has a lot to do, as I said, with the air element, and it's connected to the realm of our thoughts, our intellect, our communication, and the way we handle conflict, the way we process information or deal with challenging situations. So when swords come up in your reading, think about it, interpret. What does it mean for you? What is it trying to tell you? Swords often symbolize conflict, whether it's internal or external. Remember, we are exploring our inner world. What are the swords trying to tell us? What type of conflict do we have in ourselves? What inner conflict? What things do we want to see? What things are we avoiding? What situations are we ignoring? Yes. So using intellect and rationality to navigate situations, it's very useful. It's very wise. But swords also remind us that not all battles can be won easily. They are there, but they serve as a reminder that yes, we can use our intellect, we can rationalize, we can use that mental part, that mind, that intellect, to explore in ourselves. Okay, how can I use this, my mind? How can I use it in my favor? What is the sword? What cards are they? What are these cards trying to show me in this particular reading? Say we take, for example, the Suit of Cups. Let me take one out here. If I found one here. Say we take the cups. Cups. I have an example here. It's this one. It's very, for me, this represents joy, friendship. And so cups are associated with the water element, the emotional aspects of our lives. Cups are strongly linked to our feelings, to our emotions, and how we connect with others. This suit reflects the realm of love, of connection, of emotional fulfillment, and how we experience the world through our feelings, through our hearts and our emotions. It can be all types of relationships, romantic, familial. It has to do with friendships, relationships with your coworkers, your neighbors, your friends, your siblings, your partners. Because cups are associated with the water element, they are also connected to our psychic abilities. They symbolize our intuition. They are associated with our intuition, our psychic abilities. We all have them. We all have them, whether we are connected to them or not, whether we are aware or not. We all have psychic abilities, and the tarot is a wonderful tool to help us awaken them. The cups encourage us to connect to our inner wisdom. How wonderful is that? They encourage us to connect with our feelings, with our intuition, and to seek emotional fulfillment. Emotional fulfillment in our personal lives, in all our relationships. Cups. Now say I were to talk about the Pentacles. The Pentacles, let me take one out here, I have one here. The Pentacles are the suit that grounds us to the physical world. I have an example here. These are the Pentacles. That's what they look like. They are that part that encourage us to focus on building, on growing, on nurturing the material aspects of our lives with patience, with growth, with effort, with care. Anything that has to do with material wealth, with finances, with material possessions. It's the Pentacles, it's the earth element. It's associated with the earth element. And they often talk about stability and security. Think about how your relationship with money is. How is your relationship with money? What are the Pentacle cards trying to tell you in your reading when you ask for guidance on a regular basis? They can also point to matters of physical health. Pentacles can also point to that. They can talk to us about growth and effort that we're putting into our projects, into different aspects of our physical reality, our physical life. It's very practical. It's matters of practice. Now, if we were to talk about the wands. Wow, I have one here. Wands are associated with the fire element. And they represent the creativity in us, the passion, the energy, action, inspiration. They are that enthusiasm that push us to connect to our passions. They are linked to our desires, to our ambitions. Wands, very masculine. That energy, that fire, that energy that pushes us to go forward. They represent movement, action, and the enthusiasm to pursue our goals. What are you trying to pursue? What goals are you trying to achieve? What are your ambitions? Wands encourage leadership, and they encourage courage, and they provide the motivation and vitality to move forward. We all need that. We need the feminine, the cups, the emotions, and we also need the masculine, the action, the moving forward, the putting in the effort. It's about that balance. Remember, it's all about balance in life. So those are for some insight that you can have for yourself when you start connecting with your tarot deck. And remember, when you start connecting with it, remember to clean it, but also when you put it away, try to keep a black cloth where you're gonna save it, where you're going to keep it clean and keep it safe, to guard it from any external energies. When you're going to do a reading, do a prayer when you begin, burn some incense, some sage. Try to keep it sacred, because it is a sacred tool. It's very ancient, but it's sacred. If you connect with this, try using some sort of crystal for protection. I have obsidian here. It fell. And I have amethyst. You can use one that you connect with. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's what you connect with. Follow your intuition, follow your inner guidance. Your soul will guide you. And the tarot is a wonderful tool to start connecting with that guidance, with that inner wisdom. I also like to light a candle when I do a reading because it's a ritual, right? It's more than just, oh, I open the tarot, I get to pull a card and I'm going to do a reading. No, it's more than that. It's a ritual. You're opening a portal. That's why we ask for protection when we start. We create a sacred space. We ask for guidance. We ask for our spiritual guides to come to help us. This is very ancient and it's very sacred. And how wonderful it is that we are starting to connect more with it. 5 years ago, I will never dare to even touch or look at the tarot. That was devilish. And look where I am now. Showing you guys how to do it in a very sacred manner. Because it's all sacred. All these tools are sacred. There's nothing diabolic about it. It was just the programming that I received growing up. It's fun, it's magical, it's sacred, it's very powerful. It connects us to our inner wisdom. I like lighting a candle. I have a couple of candles here, which you probably can't see because they're a little far. I will show you. This one's almost done, but I have one here. It's hot, huh? It's hot. Incense, sage. Remember, make it a ritual. Make it sacred. Make it count. Make it magical. Be inspired. Get creative with your questions. What can I do this month to improve self-love? To improve my self-love. You'll be surprised when you pull the cards, because you can pull one card for daily insight, for daily guidance, or you can do 3. Say you pull out 3 cards and they can represent present, past, present, and future. Or there's a typical Celtic cross. That's a 10 card spread. And that's good to have a more comprehensive view of a particular situation. Say you're trying to sell your house. How is the situation looking? Do the Celtic cross. There are many books out there that teach how to read the tarot. There are many courses out there that explain the symbolism, that teach you. I always recommend learning from a teacher. But at the end of the day, it will be your own interpretation. It will be your own wisdom, your own insight that will tell you, okay, what this card symbolizes for you. Because it is you, it's your subconscious. It's your soul guiding you. It's that inner wisdom. It's all that magic in you. I cannot stress it enough. It's all in you. All you have to do is remember, your soul already has all the answers. You just need to remember. And if you set the intention that you are using it to connect to yourself, to deepen your intuition, to connect to your subconscious, you'll be surprised how the magic works, all the things that happen. I've been doing so much talking. We're getting to the end of our episode here. I truly hope you found this information helpful. Like I said, this is very basic. It's to give an introduction as to how the tarot works, what it is, how you can use it, how you can start connecting with it. And it's mainly an invitation to try it for yourself. Make sure it's brand new when you buy it. It's a recommendation. And if you found this information useful, feel free to share it with someone that can benefit from this knowledge. Take it from me, someone who never thought was going to even touch it or look at it. Now I get to read it for myself and invite others to do the same. The world is undergoing many changes in a very fast pace. And I hope each of you gets to connect to yourself, connect to your magic, to your inner beauty, to your wisdom, to your higher self. Thank you for joining me and Nuka Cosmico in this episode of Celestial Dew. Feel free to subscribe if you resonate with this information. If you want to stay tuned for more spiritual tools that have worked for us, that have worked for me, that I have been using, and now I share with you so that you can explore if you feel that you resonate with this. We are going to go eat, and we will be back pretty soon with another episode. Take care, have a good evening, a good night, and stay connected to your inner wisdom and your intuition. Much love. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Say bye. Say bye. We're going. We're going. Andiamo. Andiamo. Let's go. Yes. Say bye. Say bye to people. Let's see. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Yes, you are my co-host. Didn't do much tagging, but say goodbye. Goodbye. Yes. We're going to go have a snack. Yes. We're going to have a snack. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Okay. That's his way of saying goodbye. Yes. That's him sending lots of kisses to all of you. Take care, everybody. See you soon.